Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. So I want to make something clear. There is now another Javier in the Air, and this guy does helicopter tours or something like that. So if you see him and you see him in a chopper, or you see that it's not this guy, then that's not the correct Javier in the Air. I don't know how they allow for to have the same name. I thought they didn't allow that, but obviously they do. So, but this is Javier in the Air, the land episodes, or the landowner. Anyway, so I hope everybody has been enjoying the wonderful heat, then rain, then heat, then rain, then heat, then rain that we've been getting in the central to southern part of Texas. If you're getting rain in your area, then good. Unless it's horrible rain, then bad. If you're not getting any rain, or you're getting massive fires and then just a little bit of rain that does nothing, that sucks. I'm sorry to be you guys. Hope everything works out for you all. So if this is the first time that you watched Javier in the Air and you thought it was the chopper guy, I'm not. So I hope you'll stay and watch this episode just to see if you like it or not, and then I hope you like it. For those of you that have been continually watching my show, I want to say thank you and welcome back. And we're going to start off with our normal Trash in the Hood. And I just want to say that it's been 2 years now that I have been walking my neighborhood, and then from time to time other people's neighborhoods, and picking up trash. It's been a great adventure. I've been getting a lot of walks in. When I first started, part of the reason why I was doing it was for my health, and I could walk no more than, say, a quarter of a mile without either massively stopping or just calling it a day. And I was getting about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles in a week. But I was picking up trash and I was getting it done. And now it's been 2 years, and I continually get about 6 to 9 miles, depending on my schedule, out and about per week. Plus, I'm picking up a lot of trash still. So it's unfortunate that I'm picking up so much, but I'm getting in a wider and wider area, so that kind of also contributes to why I'm picking up so much trash. So I had someone ask me on Nextdoor if I had been keeping track of how many cigarette butts I've been picking up, because my average is about 20 cigarettes per outing. Let's see, in 2 years, even though 2 years is about 720 days, 730 days, more or less, I've probably only walked maybe 500 of those 2 years. So, but still, if you think about average of 20 cigarettes per day, that is 10,000 cigarettes. So, cigarette butts, I should say. So, not to mention the cigarette boxes, the massive amount of vape pens, and any other tobacco or that kind of paraphernalia. Not to mention the trash as well. So it's been a labor of love, and I will continue to do it. So hopefully I can get another 2 years in, and it'd be fantastic. Let's see what the start of year 3 as far as walking goes. So let's see week 103 and then week 104 has to show us for Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, weeks 103 and 104. Hey everybody, welcome to weeks 103 and 104. So here is day 2, and you see it's not that bad. There's a toy little construction helmet, about 10 cigarette butts, and then a lot of candy wrappers and potato chip bags and weird pieces of this and that, and a lot of paper. A lot of paper I always find, and I think it's because mostly due to if anybody opens their window for any amount of time and they have receipts on their passenger side or in their back seat, or if they throw it in the back of their truck, it just gets whipped out. At least I like to think that's what's happening, and not that they're actually throwing it out. Here is day 4 of week 103, and you see underneath is a HVAC filter. Yes, someone was nice enough to throw a filter out in the middle of the street, and I know they did because I was walking, and on the way back is when I saw this, and I know that no big construction trucks or anything had gone by while I was on this road. There was quite a big number of cigarette butts, which was interesting for day 4, plus a lot of straws and water bottles and beverage bottles and soda cans and stuff like that. Some of the usual stuff, which is again unfortunate. So here's day 6, which was the coffee run, and as you see, we get that blue bottle, which is some sort of health supplement. So there's a health nut in our neighborhood, but they're not health conscious enough to try to keep the environment safe, and we keep finding more and more of these blue bottles everywhere. Plus the about 40 cigarettes, 2 cigarette boxes, and a lot of water bottles and the usual riffraff of paper and string and rubber and metal, and a tennis ball. So that was interesting. So now we're going to go into year 2. Boom! There I am out at the coffee place that we go to when we stop on our Java walk on Saturdays. But I just wanted to show year 2. What's odd about this photo is 2 things. One, that green matcha tea was not latte was not that great, and the drive-through was relatively empty, even though it was their usual time of going on Saturday morning. So it was very odd to see that on a Saturday. But we got our walks in, and let's see what year 3 will have in store for us. But before we do that, let's look at day 2. As you see, not a lot of cigarette butts, so below my average. A lot of the normal, though, riffraff and plastic bags and a street reflector and bottles and candy wrappers and just a lot of weird stuff on this trip. It was not my usual roads that I went on. Part of it was, but part of it wasn't. And it's nice to see sometimes when we go down some of these side streets that there's not a lot to pick up. So my walking buddy and I are very enthused about that. But we still find stuff, unfortunately. So here is the Java walk that I was talking about earlier. You see some energy drinks, and there's a broken part of one of those blue bottles. We got about 44 cigarette butts. There's a part of a car. Actually, there's a couple of parts of a car there. Crushed soda cans, crushed beer cans, a lot of bottle tops. So a lot of water bottle tops and energy drink and Gatorade type bottles, plastic bottles, and we find a lot of the tops. Not always the bottles, but we find a lot of the tops. So I don't know if people are just chucking them out in the streets or what. But there you have it. So a little bit technical difficulty again. It looks like my computer may be trying to go on its last legs, or the USB hub that I'm using. So we'll find out next week. Anyway, so that was the Trash in the Hood. And for those of you who may not know, for the past 2 years, I've been walking throughout my neighborhood and some other people's neighborhoods and picking up trash. So as I walk. So it's been great. Just yesterday, we got about 3 people thanking us for doing it. Plus, I also post on Nextdoor, and I get a lot of people on there thanking me for that. So thank you for responding in positive light and not in any negative way at all. So I will be, let's see, what now I guess we're going to do the Zen Moment. I have something a little bit different if I can pull it together. I was out heading towards the airport Wednesday morning at 1:05, something like that. I was out there picking up a friend at the airport in Austin. And so I managed to get a good little video. So I think I put this to music to make this our Zen moment. And there you have it, our Zen moment for this Sunday, July 28th, going into another work week for those of you who still have jobs. If those of you are unemployed, good luck. Those of you that are retired, best of luck. So enjoy all the work and effort and career that you put in, so that now you can enjoy your time off. Hopefully, I'll get there one of these days. So we're gonna talk a little bit about our what we did for Spirit Time. We actually, and I say we because it was a bunch of other people and I, got together and had our tequila cocktail tasting party finally. I had to postpone this twice, and so it's been a couple months since I had one, but I got it off last night. And so let me see if I have any photos and I can do a voiceover. If not, I'll come back and let you know. Oh, and here we have it. It turns out I only had one photo, but it should be enough because if you look at the green arrow, that is the winning drink right there. So let me just list everything that we had. So we only had 5 entries this evening or yesterday evening, so which was kind of perfect for the since it was tequila cocktails, and I know I had way too much to drink last night. So start off with the Mexican Firing Squad, which was by yours truly, which was mostly lime juice, which I actually use concentrated lime juice way too much, grenadine, tequila, some little bit of juice of lime juice, and then top it off with Sprite. So I think you garnish with a leaf and a maraschino cherry. So I just don't think I had enough maraschino sauce in there or grenadine in there to take the bite off of the concentrated lime juice. But a couple people liked it. They didn't vote for it, but they liked it. Let's see, there was Mexican candy that Greg and Nigel and Garrett brought, which was a really good tequila and watermelon. I think it was watermelon schnapps, or it could have been straight up watermelon juice with a little bit of chili in there. So it had a real nice bite to it, and I was told it went really well with tahini. I don't use tahini, way too much sodium for me, but they seem to like it. Another entry from Kay was a cherry bomb, which was a little bit too interesting because she used a reposado, which I don't think went very well with the cherry juice that she had, and so it wasn't a big one. But she got she got a vote for it. There was Mangozilla that are normal users and fans to the show, James and Julia Takashita, which was mango nectar. Big, or not big, but cubed chunks of mango, which was fantastic if you like mango like I do, and then tequila, and that was pretty much it. And it was a fantastic mix. It was really good. It was really sweet. You couldn't taste the tequila, which is always a scary thing for you if you know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, they didn't get any votes. Actually, I did get one vote for my Mexican Firing Squad. I think it was yours truly who voted for myself. 2 votes for the Mexican candy. And then the big winner, which was where the green arrow is, was a tequila paloma. And it was absolutely fantastic, made by fans of the show, Vorga and Memo. And they did a fantastic job. Freshly squeezed limes, which they took the time once they got here. It was a lot of limes that they squeezed in there with a little bit of plain soda and of course tequila, and it was a party favorite. So they got a full 4 votes, and so it was fantastic, and so they won the door prize. And congrats to Memo and Vorga for that. And we did have some good eats. I made a couple of Cuban sandwich, both vegan option and full force meat. And then there was plenty of desserts and other appetizers and hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. So good time was had by all. And for those of you who may be interested in the next tasting, if you'd like to be in on that, please let me know. Send me a note. It will be Central and South American beers. So I know we're all looking forward to that. So here's to the next one. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay, and that was our tequila cocktail tasting that we had last night. So it was really fantastic. We had a good number of people here. A couple people that don't drink, which is fine. It was really good to have everybody come out. And like I said in the clip, the next one is the Central and South American beers. So that's going to be quite interesting. So it doesn't include Mexico. Mexico, for those of you who may not know, is part of North America. So we'll see what happens in that. Now, let's go to our next bit, which is about gardening. Hey everybody. So we're here to talk about gardening. So I've been teasing and talking about different things gardening wise, and I hope you have been listening to some of it. If you have a garden of any sort that you would like to show off, please feel free to send me photos so that I can see it and I can get it on the show. Or if you want to talk about gardening on the show, please feel free to reach out to me that way for that as well, and we can certainly get that going. Now, I am by no means of the stretch of the imagination what you would call a good gardener. In fact, if you're a fan of the show, you've known over the years that most of my stuff fails and either never grows or I get horrible output. So I did post about the cantaloupe a couple of weeks ago, and that turned out well. I had 3 more cantaloupes on the way, and from what I can tell, they were either stolen in the dead of night by critters or varmints, or they exploded due to the massive amount of rain, and they just got overripe and they blew up because what I found is parts of a husk and a lot of seeds just on the ground. So I are in the garden bed. So I don't know what may have happened to them. I have 2 left. I'm hoping that they have some oomph to them and they have growing. But what I do have that seems to be growing well are 3 watermelons, and I've been coming out there every day and checking on them to see how they're doing. Now, it really rained hard this morning, so I don't have to water, which is good. So it's been raining here for the past 2 weeks or so, almost every other day. So then I don't have to water, and I think rainwater seems to have a little bit better output when it comes to watering plants and vegetables and stuff like that. So I think that's why my watermelons are going gangbusters right now. So I'm hoping, please hope with me that I will be able to harvest them before something gets to them or before they go bad. But since I've been monitoring them every day, I think I'm on top of it, and one's getting really close. The 2 of them are kind of close, but one's getting really close that it's either going to be one of those where I have to harvest because it's done, or it may keep going, which I would be really excited about, but I'm not sure. And I'm not sure what color the flesh is inside. For those of you who may not know, I like to grow unusual things. And so one of the things that I found over the years is variants on watermelon, which are still non-GMO. They just, some of them are naturally this color. I'm pretty sure they're all natural that color. They're just not very marketable maybe, so that's why you don't see them as much. So I'm hoping the watermelons that are growing now, they all seem to be on the same vine, which is good. They could be one of 2 colors. They could be yellow, which a lot of people have told me that they have seen before, or they will be blue. And most people have not seen that at all. So I'm hoping it's blue. I have a feeling it's probably yellow though, but I'm hoping it's blue because that would just be awesome for people to see that. So for those of you who may be coming in a day late and a dollar short, what I've grown in the past has been in the front yard I have chocolate cherry and yellow sunburst, which is an orange yellow sunflowers. I do have the normal cherry trees. They're considered dwarf cherry trees. They only get the maximum height of like 8 foot, which is perfect for me because I don't like being on ladders above 8 feet, 8 foot. So I think I'd be able to harvest most of the cherries that way if I can get them. They both seem to be thriving well. One's in the front, one's in the back. So if you're in my neighborhood, you'll know which house is mine because you'll see the unusual sunflowers. And then you'll see the cherry tree up front. So the cherry tree is Arisola cherries, otherwise known as Barbados cherries. They're supposed to be sweet with not too sweet, and in fact they can lean towards tartness depending on when you harvest them. So I'm hoping that I can get that. That would be probably the first sign of fruit probably won't be for 2 years, but I'm hoping that they grow. Right now they're really growing out, and I hate to do any trimming because I'd like to see them really get established well before I start trimming them and trying to get them to grow up. But if I can get them established well, I will then start raising the canopy on them, which is funny to say when they're only about hip high. But you need to start doing that so that they can grow up and get to an established height. And then it'll also help when it becomes fruiting season. So we also have, so then I have one in the back as well, and that one seems to finally be doing well. I transplanted that almost about a month ago now, and it seems to be doing well. The one in front is probably about 2 months, and so it's a little bit ahead of the one in back, but the one in back seems to be doing well as well. My grapevine has fallen on hard times. It's still on the ground. I need to get that up this week. I finally got the post in a good spot, so I can get that going and get it to where I need it so that the vine will always be upright and not keep getting knocked down every thunderstorm season. So some of the things I also have, well, one of the things I have growing in the garden plot right now are some Thai chilies. That's right, Thai chilies. Now, I didn't plant the Thai chili. I think it was a gift for some birds that may have come and perused my garden beds. They probably came from James and Zida because they have wonderful gardens over there with so many different varieties of vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. It's fantastic. And they are much better growers than I am. But I do have Thai chilies, and I have harvested one, and it will be going into some rice that I have tonight, leftover rice. So I can see how hot or how not hot. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty hot though. I like hot, but sometimes it'll get me if it hits the wrong way. So we'll see what happens. That would be nice if I can get them. There's about 8 left on there right now, and as soon as they turn red, I will harvest them. I'll show you that next time. I'll show you the watermelons next time as well. So I had a young person, a coworker of mine, ask me about what's ready to plant, and should I plant something during the summer. So that raises some questions. This summer so far has been a wet summer. I mean, we're still getting some heat, and we're still getting some high indexes here and there, but there's been quite a lot of rain for June and even for July, more so than it has been in the past couple of years. It may still be under what they would consider seasonal average, but I think it's definitely been better than the past couple of years. So now may be the time that you want to plant just about anything that works for this time of year and for the zone that you're in. So if you don't know what zone you're in, you can always look up what is my planting zone on Google, and they'll tell you what it is. I believe for my region it's 6 or 7A, and pretty sure. No, I'm sorry. It could be 7 or 8A, which means a lot of things. One of the things is you can plant almost anything here and get it to grow. As you saw me 2 seasons ago when I grew loofah. That's right, loofah is a plant. It's not a sea animal. I grew a lot of loofah. It grew fantastically well. It loved this area. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sell them, much less even give some of them away at the end. I was just like, here, take some, and nobody wanted it, which was unfortunate because they turned out really well. So I'm a really good loofah grower. if you can figure that. So you can grow just about anything here as long as you can protect it. And what I mean by protected is that not only critters and varmints that may come and steal your stuff in the middle of the night or pull up the roots because they're trying to get to it, thinking that there's something there and it may not be there at all, so they ruin your garden beds. But you also have to worry about the elements. For example, a lot of the thunderstorms that come through my area here in Cedar Park have a high wind element to it, and so a lot of times it will break off a couple of the sunflowers I had. They got to a certain height, the wind came and broke them off, and so then I had to start putting a PVC pipe for support next to it. Could be rain too. You need to look at the garden spot that you're planting. Do you get standing water there? If you do, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you're going to have to plan accordingly and be sure you get some pea gravel and some sand so you can get some water filtration and filtering through there and not just have standing water in your garden beds, because though it sounds like it's a good idea, it's going to lead to fungus and molds and stuff like that, and things won't grow correctly. You want to have that nice water seeping through there for that. So some of the things that I've tried to grow over the years: white strawberries, mini kiwis, dwarf banana trees, not pineapple, but radishes and beets and corn and something else that was pink. I can't remember what they were. But I didn't get any of those to grow, so maybe I can get something this time. So hopefully it will be a good next season. So I'm looking now, like I'm telling you here, I'm looking now to see what I want to plant next. The watermelons, I think, will continue to grow throughout the summer if I can get other ones going. The cantaloupes are pretty much done. I'm not seeing any flowering from them anymore, so which means that what I have is what I have. So I'll probably pull those up by the end of this week, what's left of the vines that are there, and then see what else I can plant. I have something else growing that's in the back part. Oh, by the way, my black Russian tomatoes, which is what they're called, don't seem to be going anywhere. So I don't know. I'm going to look again today and see if they're supposed to grow on a cage like I have them on, which seems to not be doing well at all, or if I'm supposed to let them grow along the ground. I thought it was for the cage, but like I said, they go through hey, they got blossoms and it looks like they're going to do great, and then the next day all the blossoms have died and they're falling off the plant. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. If I'm doing anything wrong, it could be, even though I was told they'd grow here, maybe they don't. So anyway, I'll do more into that as well, and so I will talk all about that more. And next week, like I said, or next time, like I said, if you have interest in gardening and you want to tell me about your plants, or you want to be on the show and tell me about your plants, feel free to reach out to me and we can go from there. So have a good week, everybody. Hey everybody, that's it for the show this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you are new, welcome. If you are a long-time viewer, welcome back. So if you'd like to be on the show, or if you know a mom and pop business that would like to be on my show, please feel free to reach out to them and to me, and I'll schedule some time to see if I can get them on the show. If you'd like to be on the show and talk about something that you have a great interest in, remember, no politics or religion, then please feel free to reach out to me and I'll have you on the show. If you'd like to be a co-host and do a couple of episodes with me where we go back and forth and talk about some of the things that are going on in the world, but yet still skirt the two that I just mentioned, which will be difficult, but we'll try our best, then definitely let's get you on the show. So feel free to comment and give any thoughts or suggestions on my YouTube channel. That's Javier In The Air, non-chopper. Also, you can reach out to me through my YouTube handle, which is Javier In The Air 01. I think what they're doing is that I have Javier In The Air, and it's all in caps when it comes to the handle. So I don't know if that allowed the other Javier In The Air show to get on without duplication rights or something like that. So we'll see. But anyway, have a good rest of your week. I'm going to enjoy the sun that's out because there might be some rain later on. And I'll go check on my plants. So have a good one, everybody, and I will talk to you again next time. Thanks a lot.